What's the worst piece of financial advice somebody has given you? So when I was 24, I was financially struggling. I had a job that worked me a lot of hours, but only paid me $10 an hour. My parents talked me into buying a brand new 2004 four-door Honda Civic. The pre-interest price tag on it was about $25,000. A few weeks after getting it, my hours got regulated and it took one entire paycheck to make the monthly note on it. I could not afford the insurance on it. I very quickly realized my parents were bad at money. I think that's one of the hard things to swallow when it comes to growing up. Your parents might be shitty with money. I ignored a lot of my parents' financial advice and I'm so glad I did. They both made decent money, but borrowed against their house, bought cars they didn't need, and paid for other ridiculous things. They basically live paycheck to paycheck. Being in my early teens and opening the front door to a bailiff high court enforcer is definitely a low point in my childhood, but damn did it give me a massive preemptive sign to never listen to mom's financial advice. It's hard and sucks, but the sooner someone comes to terms with a parent who's awful at financial stuff, the better their own finances will be. Hold on to those French francs, they will be worth a lot someday. I'm not holding my breath. Well, they probably will be eventually. In about 1,000 years they may sell for something good at auction if well preserved. You'll be quids in. Only if well preserved and rare. If a bunch of people keep a lot of them well preserved, no one will care about them. My father would tell me to max my credit card on a new car, and if they asked for payments just say F*********. What are they going to do? My father is several levels of debt hell deep that he's trying to get out of now, but he's at least trying. What are they going to do? Send me to jail. But like, what really happens? If you don't pay your credit card bill, expect to pay late fees, receive increased interest rates and incur damages to your credit score. If you continue to miss payments, your card can be frozen, your debt could be sold to a collection agency and the collector of your debt could sue you and have your wages garnished. Basically they take payments from your wages. IDK, what happens if you don't have a job? Just get it at Rent-A-Center. I had a coworker that got pretty much everything there. It's only $20 per week, and they'll replace it if it breaks. $20 per week for how long? Oh cool, so you're paying more than double for it. Got it. I still remember calling up a Rent-A-Center to see if it was remotely worthwhile to rent a computer of a pair of months way back in the 90s, early oh. It was a couple hundred a month, which was not even remotely worthwhile even my preteen mind. Don't worry about a career, Armageddon will come before you finish high school. My parents, Jehovah's Witnesses. Being raised a JW really stunted my social and emotional growth, and them saying shit like, college is a waste because you're learning worldly things and the end is coming soon blah blah blah. Cunts. Going to college will corrupt you. Well, I went, and then was disfellowshipped, so I guess they believed they were right. Ended up having a good career, though. Glad I didn't listen. Once you cut up the credit card, you don't have to pay it. My cousin is not doing so hot. I'm pretty sure there are warrants out for his arrest in several states. I work for a bank. The amount of times I get customers tell me, I just got a phone call saying I owe ****, but I canceled my card. I tell them we never received a notice that they canceled it. And they say, but I cut it up. Dude, if cutting bills up would solve anything, life would be great. How would the bank even know if you cut it up? My aunt took me to a car dealership when I was looking to buy my own first car. I was looking at the clunkers I could afford, but she said I should be looking at the new cars. She said, the total price doesn't matter because you make monthly payments. I suddenly understood too well why she had always been so financially unstable. I had a car dealer say this to me once when I asked the price on a 4 to 5 year old car. The actual price doesn't matter, it's the monthly payment that you really need to know. Haha, I'm good mate, but cheers anyway. I walked away wondering how does he possibly sell any cars that way. But after reading this sub, maybe I'm wrong. I know a shocking number of people who are spending only 25–40% of their take-home pay servicing a finance deal on a shiny car. And when that expires, they'll get a new one. That an emergency fund wasn't necessary when you can always get a payday loan or use your credit card. He wasn't joking. Somebody needs to book this man's act. He knows how to generate interest. My cousin's car broke down and he didn't have enough savings to get it fixed. He took out a $600 payday loan. He's still paying it off. Almost 2 years later. How this shit is still legal baffles the fuck out of me. $1,000 on a credit card at 19.99% will take 26 years to pay off if you only pay the minimum payment. They are illegal in 12 states, but that is 38 states too few, in my opinion. Lots of the payday loan places are incorporated on Native American reservations. Even if all 50 states and the feds made it illegal, there would be several hundred places they could have a mailing address for their main office. Back in the 60s, 70s, the mob was the only option for quick cash, and they actually charged quite a bit less interest than modern payday loan rates. I'm sure the prospect of having your entire family brutally murdered by the mafia helped secure the debt a bit better than a payday loan lender can. According to the episode of the podcast, Behind the Bastards, which is my source for all this, they mostly stuck to slicing your finger with a razor. You can still work, but it will hurt like hell, and every time you use your hand, you are reminded of your debt. Spend it quickly or it'll get stolen. Coming from someone with a history of losing and blowing their money. Or not even stolen. Folks who've never had enough to get by comfortably have a little imp on their shoulder telling them to spend it now or it'll just go to next month's rent and you won't get to enjoy anything nice with this cash. I knew a guy who had a great job but never saved any money. One day he was randomly telling me how he saved up $10,000 in his savings account and accidentally told his mom. That after that his mom scolded him on why he was doing nothing with that money and he needs to go out and spend it. He said he realized he was being stupid, his words, and he closed that account and spent it immediately. I asked if that sounded like a bad plan. Like what if an event came up where he needed cash for a rainy day or something and he said something along the lines of that he can always get a job and make money but while he makes money he should enjoy it. Wasn't sure what to say to him from there but was impressed at not only the mindset but also how it seemed to be taught to him by his parents not to ever save money. Oh my god, my in-laws convinced my wife to give them money after they found out we had like $2,000 in savings because it's just sitting there and you're not using it.